Oh, she got an axe!
I'm trapped!
Oh, girl, you better get it done! Oh, girl, what? Dude! Dang, they got out of there!
Woo! That intro, right? A little too exciting. I'm glad you guys made it. Welcome to Dude, Let's Draw. Today, I'll be talking about Sherlock Hound, the animated TV series. It's filled with mystery, action, laughs, and so much heart and emotion. It aired 26 episodes from 1984 to 1985, and has quite a bit of fun history. I really want to talk about the production, too, as well as the animation style, and why Hayao Miyazaki was so important during this production. And of course, the characters. So, sit back and grab some popcorn as we uncover the wide world of anthropomorphic crime solvers. So sit back and grab some popcorn as we uncover the world of anthropomorphic crime solvers. Hit it! Let's roll! Sherlock Hound, or in Japan, the Great Detective Holmes, was actually an Italian and Japanese production. The two companies involved were, if you can see here in this corner, TMS and RAI. Now, TMS stands for Tokyo Movie Shinsha, and RAI stands for Radio Televisione Italia. I hope I said that right. If you guys are Italian, I hope I didn't butcher the name. I'm really sorry. Sherlock Hound, in general, is based off of the book series. Sherlock Holmes was written by the famous author Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Not this guy from Case Closed over here. A great show, but nothing to do with Sherlock. Still, we love a short king. Oh, and before I forget, if you like this new format, I think I just want to talk more about my obsessions moving forward. Video games, comics, anime, cartoons. Like and subscribe. Alright, moving on. This show follows the adventures of Sherlock Hound. However, everyone in this universe is anthropomorphic. Sherlock Hound, just like his original predecessor, Sherlock Holmes, solves mysteries with his best friend and partner, Watson. Those two have some great chemistry in the books, and especially in this TV show. It's so wholesome. They're brothers in arms. Look at them. They be like, we work hard. Let's shake hands, bruh. And I really appreciate the detail in that. Before jumping into the show and the characters, I really want to talk about the production first. Now, my guy here, we love him. If you like movies, Hayao Miyazaki, the award-winning animator behind Ponyo, Boy and the Heron, Spirited Away, My Neighbor Totoro, Princess Mononoke, and so many other beloved animated movies, worked on Sherlock Hound. He ended up doing the first 6 episodes, but it seems like it was mixed up. It really shows in his work that what he had done for the production had so much heart. Looking at these screenshots and concept art here, you can basically get a glimpse of the work that Miyazaki and his team, I'm saying his team lightly because I don't know if it was like 100% all of his team. Look at the details and the charm from the artwork here. And I, years ago, went to the Ghibli Museum in Japan, and a lot of times Miyazaki uses watercolor and colored pencils and just goes and just, you could tell he just does it with his heart. A lot of times you could tell Miyazaki did some of the work that he did in this show in particular is because he made one of the bad guys green. I think this is Smiley. And there's 6 episodes where he's green, and then the other episodes where he's brown. I just think it's hilarious. But, and you can see, like, previously he was actually a hound, but now he's got, like, hair sticking up. I just think it's really cute. And they made Mrs. I keep wanting to call her Mrs. Hutchinson, Mrs. Hudson, a human, which feels a little out of place in a world filled with dogs, right? But if you ever want to see concept art of some of your favorite Japanese anime or even American cartoons, you could go to characterdesignreference.com. Characterdesignreference.com. I think this website is really good if you want to study a style or look up animation and art. I use it all the time as a teaching tool. If this were in a book, I would just buy this book right away. Like, look at how charming this art is. It looks like a children's storybook come to life, and it's really exciting. And I just can't get enough of it. Whoever was taking charge of this website too really had to hold it down. Like, they went out of their way to like take screenshots in HD of the backgrounds. They're so intricate. Like, oh my gosh, this is a great study. This looks like a real place in England. And all the way at the top here, you could see the character sheets. That's another wonderful thing about this website. Ignore the ads. Ignore the ads. Where like, hey, I want to draw Hound. I saved a lot of these character sheets for myself just to study and get a feel for how would a character be with different expressions and the sizes, the side mechanisms, like to compare to this. I think this is the father and the daughter there, and compared to Holmes, what are the sizes of them compared to the main character, and just getting an overall feel for how the world will be, especially bad guys with good guys, naughty characters with rich characters. Oh god, there's just so much personality in this, and you can see why I really enjoy and love it. Apparently, this show was released right before Miyazaki started his own production company, as we know today as Studio Ghibli. Hooray! Now, Hayao Miyazaki co-directed the show with Kyosuke Mikuria, who worked on the Lupin the Third TV series. In fact, Miyazaki also worked on one of the Lupin the Third movies called The Castle of Cagliostro, which is an amazing action-adventure movie. Y'all, if you ever see it, if it's in theaters, if it by like on a Miyazaki movie weekend, or if you see it on streaming, don't sleep on it. This movie is hype, okay? And I just want to bring this up briefly, but I noticed the proportions of Lupin standing up and Sherlock Hound are kind of the same. And I was just like, oh my god, y'all blending it in. You know you got a best bud in animation when you guys like borrow from each other. I love it. Now, as the production went along, there were some legal issues in regards to, and I'm quoting this from Wikipedia, quote, Hayao Miyazaki worked on 6 episodes in 1982 until problems with Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's estate led to a suspension in production. By the time the issues were resolved, Miyazaki had turned to other projects, and thus the remaining series was directed by Kyosuke Mikuria. And again, I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. If you're Japanese out there, please let me know. I don't want to offend anybody, but also at the same time, I want to get somebody's name right, because that's only respectful. Now, if you want to jump into the show, there is no particular order that you can watch it in, but I'm just going to give you a list of Miyazaki's specific episodes. So, we have A Small Client, which is about a little girl looking for her father. Mrs. Hudson Taken Hostage. The title's self-explanatory, but it's also a really wholesome episode. I'm going to tell you right now, Mrs. Hudson can hold it down. I am not joking, y'all. The other one is The Adventure of the Blue Carbuncle, which is such a cute episode about a little girl thief. And Hound and Watson have to help her. Treasure Under the Sea, which, again, title self-explanatory. Gotta find that treasure under the sea. You can see some of the character designs look, let's just say, one of the dogs kind of looks like one of the spirits from Spirited Away. I think that's hilarious. The White Cliffs of Dover, which is the part of the introduction. I'm gonna tell you right now, you think that the introduction was crazy? Watch the rest of the episode. And last but not least, the Sovereign Gold Coins, which I'm not going to talk about. I'm going to tell you right now that out of all these episodes mentioned, the White Cliffs of Dover is the best, okay? When I mean this episode is amazing and legendary, other animated TV shows stole a portion of the animated segment from this episode, traced over it because of how epic the animation was, but they couldn't pull it off. I'm going to give you guys an example right now. Take a look at this. This is the opening to Karate Kid. I'm not going to show the whole opening. I'm just going to give you a clip here. All right, take a look at this. Okay, now look at Sherlock Hound's original opening. Look at that! Yo, my guys, you stole! Look at them side by side now. Crazy, right? Like, who does that? And then just make it a little worse. But I guess anytime someone copies you, it is a form of flattery, I guess. That was exciting. That was kind of funny to know. I actually found that out by accident. Anyway, just so you all know, that America often outsourced their labor to Japanese productions back in the 80s and 90s and still to this day. TMS had a hand in filling in for Disney shows like DuckTales, Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, and so many more TV shows, alongside Warner Brothers. And Warner Brothers would outsource some of their footage from shows like Animaniacs, Tiny Toons, and Batman, the animated series. And the only way I found this out was, one, I bought the Batman, the animated series, the production book. I love that TV show so much. It talked about how they had to release certain parts of the episodes so that way they can meet the deadline for the episode release. So I get why they had to hire people from different countries to meet certain air show deadlines. I didn't know this at all, not as a kid, and as an adult, a lot of these things I discovered by accident. But I'm going to tell you right now, the animation from Japan were the best episodes from everything I just mentioned. Hayao Miyazaki inspired animators and artists before he was even wildly known back in the 80s and 90s. A lot of Disney animators went over to Japan to teach Japanese their style and production and how they run things. And in turn, Japan would show them their shows and their culture. And in doing so, gave other animators inspiration. Heck, if you look in the credits, especially some of the old credits from these shows, you'll see TMS or even some other Japanese production companies that we know today. If you ever wanted to go down that rabbit hole and compare animation styles, it's gonna be a wild ride. You'll never know what you're gonna discover. I discovered that Disney in particular, back then, outsourced to Japan, France, Australia, Canada, just to help the American production go so much smoother and get more shows done. Now, on to my favorite part, the characters. Like, bro. So let's start off with the obvious, Sherlock Hound. He is a super cool, smart, observant, and is written very closely to his original counterpart. Apparently in the original books, Holmes was supposedly addicted to drugs, and in this version, he smokes a pipe all the time. Like, there is rarely a frame where he doesn't have a pipe in his mouth. I have not read Sherlock Holmes, the book series, in several years, but I also watched other iterations of Sherlock Holmes from the BBC, the British version of the Sherlock Holmes live action TV show. There's several iterations, and I think everybody likes the Benedict Cumberbatch one the most. That one's wild. I'd recommend that too if you're a Sherlock Holmes fan, but I digress. He is super intelligent on a level that has you thinking, like, is my guy a wizard? Is my man's a wizard? Like, he reminds me of Lupin the Third, and I brought this up before only because Lupin the Third steals stuff. Sherlock Hound can steal stuff, but he'd rather use his wit and genius to solve crimes and put bad guys in jail. He goes out of his way to disguise himself when appropriate and comes up with plans that usually help others in a way that prevents anyone from getting hurt. He really takes control of the situation and thinks of everyone within it. He wants everybody to be safe. He wants to solve the crime, and he will do anything to do it. He's just super cool, and you want to be a part of the universe helping him solve crimes. But he's just too smart. You might get in his way. You know? All right, on to his BFF and brother-in-arms, Watson. He is a doctor. He has traveled the world helping people during the war, or he just helps people when he's needed. He keeps up with Hound and does anything and everything to help his best friend. They truly have a great chemistry on screen, and it really feels off when they aren't working together, which I don't recall seeing in the show. He's also smart, but in a different way, and knows how to hold it down, okay? My man here, in this screenshot right here, my man knows. Oh, also, he's a big bag, sorry. My man knows how to hold it down. He is helping a client in the Blue Carbuncle from getting kidnapped. And there's like a little girl puppy. She stole something. And he's like, we're going to protect you from the baddies. You stay with us. We're going to protect you. Now, on to the baddie herself, Mrs. Hudson. She is honestly like my second favorite character. And I'll tell you why she's my second favorite character is because she's not on screen that much, but when she is rocking it. She's a widow to her late husband, Jim, who used to be a pilot. She's very loved among Hound and Watson and the pilots at the airport because her and Jim, I guess they used to fly together or fly with each other. She's also very smart and quick-witted, as you saw before, okay? And resourceful. She may sometimes get in trouble or even caught, but can handle her own and isn't a mindless damsel in distress.
She's got a point. She's an icon. She's a legend. And she is the moment. Now, come on now.
She is beauty. She is grace. Check out this baddie. I love her. Now, on to my least favorite character, Inspector Lestrade. Man, what could I say? Like, he's Sherlock Hound's Police Commissioner Gordon. Just not nearly as good as Gordon. He's often found helping Hound, but not doing much. He's kind of a bumbling idiot. But he does want to help everybody that he can. Sadly, he's just not as observant or attentive as Hound. I mean, the concept art here has him looking charming, looking slick, but my guy, he's two donuts short of a hole, I guess. I don't know what to say. Another thing about Inspector Lestrade, despite him having a good heart, he often uses his police force as if they were drones in a beehive. Usually, once Hound finds the culprit, which is Moriarty, which I'm about to talk about next, he'll summon his police force and they all just swarm like ants or some type of bugs. And it's just excessive. Like, it's just too many people on screen here. And then they all just fall bumbling, like get hit. It's just crazy. It's just too many people for one bad guy. You know, it's a little excessive, but that's who he is. Next, let's go on to another baddie, who's literally a baddie, Professor Moriarty. He's a wolf with a temper, but he has vision. This man is wild, dude. He is a great engineer. And when I mean great engineer, he comes up with submarines, ships. He makes his own planes, and they come up from nothing, bro. He will use garbage and on the ground or something and just create steampunk-like machines. He's got his like pink pterodactyl airplane. You see it a lot. That's like his signature craft. I don't know where he gets these materials, y'all. I'm pretty sure he steals it because he's a criminal. But man, he lives nasty, but he works hard. Okay, like this man is so smart. He created a hideout in the middle of a lake on an island underneath the island. He's able to sleep and eat and use a toilet. And he has a kitchen. It's always looking nasty. And I'm like, how's my man's getting all this stuff? This is crazy. This puts like another definition to evil lair. And this popped up while I was watching an episode. And I was like, I gotta take a screenshot of this. This is wild, man. Like, I love Professor Moriarty as a goofy villain, but I also see why Team Rocket takes a lot of blasting off again from, it could be Sherlock Hound, it also could be from another anime, but they often explode into the air and it shows footage kind of like Team Rocket. Now on to his henchmen, Smiley and Todd. Smiley on the right and Todd on the left. Smiley is tall and lanky, isn't really smart. He's just a yes guy. He'll do whatever Moriarty says. And during the production, Miyazaki made him green. And you know it's Miyazaki's episodes when Smiley is green. Todd is his friend next to him. A little smarter, very pessimistic, short and stubby. And they both act like your stereotypical henchmen. They were only created for the show because from my understanding in the books, there are no henchmen. I mean, nothing else special to say about them. I think their designs are really cool. You have the short man here, the tall guy. They're like a comedic duo. I like that. Now, I want to talk to you guys about my favorite episode with Mrs. Hudson, called The White Cliffs of Dover. And I keep telling y'all, it is a great episode. I'm going to walk you through the whole thing. And spoiler alert, if you want to watch it on your own, feel free to watch it on YouTube. It is through TMS and FilmRise. Yeah. And they're free. So, The White Cliffs of Dover. The episode starts out with Mrs. Hudson waking up and getting ready for the day. And she's watering her plants. And then suddenly, a plane comes flying a bit out of control in the neighborhood. And as the plane crashes into the tree, as you saw from the clips before, my girl jumps into action with her axe, chops the plane up to release the pilot, and as they get out of the plane, it explodes like kaboom! Blah, blah. The pilot knew her, and she faints. Hound and Watson, along with the pilot, as we figure out his name is Tommy, bring her inside, and they find out her origin story. How she used to be married to a pilot, and it's hinted through the story how skilled of an aviatrix she is. Sadly, Jim, her husband, died in a plane accident, like, a few weeks after they got married, and, like, I felt for her. Like, oh man, y'all were in love, and then kaboom, they're terrible. I think that's where she gets her quick-wittedness and skills from. It's just from being a pilot. We find out through Tommy that all the male airplanes are being sabotaged by Moriarty. So it's up to Hound and Watson to find out. They ask Mrs. Hudson to come along as they find out more clues. As soon as they get to the airfield, all of the men, all the dogs rush to her, and you know, they simping. Bro, like, she's so popular. It is ridiculous. As Hound and Watson approach Tommy on the airfield, he looks like he's working on his plane, and we see another person there. Looks like they're sabotaging it. Moriarty is actually trying to corner the market, we find out later. The whole reason behind the plane sabotaging in general is because he's buying up all the stamps and creating a false market to make himself rich, with just being the only person to have stamps. Like, bro, that's just wild, dude. It's so stupid, but I get what he's trying to do. Eventually, we have Hound and Watson guarding the plane overnight, so that way by the next day, when Tommy's gonna go fly the plane, nothing will happen. But unfortunately, Moriarty beat the crap out of Hound and Watson and tie him up, so we don't get to see him for a while. So then Mrs. Hudson comes by in the morning, gets a bad feeling because one, Hound and Watson, she can't find them on the airfield, and usually they just meet up because they family. And she asked Tommy, where are they? Have you seen them? And he was like, oh, they were watching my plane. They did a great job. Nothing's wrong. And she begs him not to fly. She got this feeling. When a woman tells you, hey man, I got a feeling, don't go out today, you better listen, okay? And of course he doesn't listen. And by this time, Hound and Watson had already woken up, but they're tied up in one of the aviation barns. And they're basically trying to escape their the rope that's tied around them. And eventually they do. Hound is smart, uses his pipe to burn through the ropes, and they find what is it? I think it's like a bicycle, penny wheel bicycle. I don't know, whatever that's called. And you see Hound bursting through the barn doors to catch up with the plane that Tommy's on. And Hound manages to get onto the plane, but Watson doesn't because, I'm sorry, my guy's a big back. And Mrs. Hutchinson, as quick-witted as she is, runs to her aviator friends, and one of them offers her their car, and she races to catch up. She's also not just a good pilot, but she's also a good driver, okay? She's driving like crazy to catch up with Tommy and the plane, and Watson manages to get into the car with them. And meanwhile, Tommy and Hound are dealing with the plane falling apart, okay? Falling apart. And Hound rushes to fix it because Tommy has wire. He's going all over the plane just so that they don't blow up too early. And then Hound finds nitroglycerin, bro, on the plane. It's crazy. You see it on the wing of the plane. And by this time, Moriarty sees them, and he's like, we gotta make sure that this man does not come out alive. Back on the ground, we see Marie/Mrs. Hudson driving, and then her car dies, and another aviator friend that you saw at the beginning of the film episode, I didn't mention this, but if you watch the episode, you'll see him, borrows his car. It's super fast. She's going all over, going over train tracks, and you'll see part of this at the beginning of it, every opening of the show, and it's just so exciting. And she's still following the plane. Meanwhile, Moriarty is attacking Hound and Tommy. He took a hook and is using it to like scratch off the wings of the plane because like it's a fabric that's just really sensitive because it's like these are old planes. And Hound is kicking that dang hook so that way the plane doesn't get messed up early. But he has to be careful because if it's that nitroglycerin, kaboom, But as the plane is going and getting cut up, Mrs. Hudson, quick-witted as ever, takes Watson's gun, aims with the mark of the gods, and kaplow! Shoots Moriarty's, I believe, ship. And it explodes, the engine explodes, and his goons are like, eventually blast off again. But now it's Mrs. Hudson's time to save Hound and Tommy, for real, for real. She's like doing 3 for 3, okay? And they drive with such ferocity over the mountains and hills till they meet in the air. This girl jumps off of a cliff in the air and jumps and catches Hound and Tommy safely. The race car lands on a little tiny island just before they get there. They're laughing, they're joyous, they're like, oh my god, yo, Mrs. Hudson, you the bomb. And all the men from the airfield were following her. They cheer her on, and they were like, we love you, Marie, we love you, Miss Hudson. And oh my god, it was such an exciting episode. They saved the mail, they saved people's lives. Whew. That was just exciting. I highly recommend the episode. I just gave a brief summary. If you guys watch it, again, it's a warm, loving, cozy show. And it keeps you on your toes when you least expect it. One more time, you can watch it on TMS and the official YouTube, on their official YouTube channel. There's also more anime on there too. And I found that the episodes are out of order, and I saw episode 3 first, but I didn't know that episode 1 was how Watson and Hound meet. So if you try to watch episode 1 first, which is very exciting, by the way, they running away from pirates, you will get a feel for how their dynamic has started off. You really don't need to watch them in order again, but check out the episodes I recommended. What do you think? Are you a furry now? Nah, I'm playing. Are you interested in the show? Seriously, give it a try. I think because of the action and the mystery and the warm, welcoming appeal, I think you might fall in love with it. Thanks, Sherlock Hound. You truly are a bodega baddie. We love you. But let's be real. The real bodega baddie is Mrs. Hudson. We love you, girl. You doing the most. We love you, girl. Alright, guys. Thanks again for watching. Like and subscribe. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye!